What is going on, everybody? What is up? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. What's popping, y'all? Are y'all doing good? I hope you're all doing good. This is another live edition of Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network. We hope you guys got your tables ready, looking at the menu of all the stuff we got to offer today. Very British, I'm feeling today for service today. This week, we're feeling very British-like, if you will. What's going on, everyone? I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. I am Steve, here joined by the good brother, as always, the pride of Detroit, the one, the only, Big Mike. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. You know, we're back at it again here. It's another week. Another weekend has gone by. A great weekend of wrestling. But more importantly, this is basically what we're going to be doing today is recapping everything that happened at AEW All In. I am aware that there were other shows that went down over the weekend. I know there was Impact Wrestling Resurgence, which I didn't watch. And also there was NWA 75th year anniversary, 2 nights. Did not watch, but I will say, I'm sure everyone's happy, joy that Tyrus is officially retired after losing the NWA World Title. And I know Camille's long run as the women's champion has come to an end as well. That's all I know from that, basically. And of course, and of course, how can I forget? All in the Mud went down last night. Want to thank all of you who tuned in, all of you who were with us for like what felt like almost 6 hours. Want to thank all of you who joined us in that watch along, all that stuff. And yes, thank you, Chief. Happy All Out weekend. It's crazy to think, right, bro? There's 2 shows happening next week. On Saturday, you have Payback. And then Sunday, you have All Out in Chicago. And on top of all this, there's word going around that one of the big stars for one of the shows most likely will not be on the card.
Hey, man, it's his own fault.
You think so?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's get into the CM Punk news real quick, get this out of the way, and then we'll get into everything from All In. I think that's fair, right?
Yeah.
I think that's fair. So, how do I put this? Despite who you may listen to, right? You're going to hear different sides of the story. But there was a report that went out literally minutes after All In went on the air that there was an altercation that happened backstage between Jack Perry and you would think, right? Jack Perry, what? How can this be, right? And the other person who just can't help himself at this point, CM Punk. Minutes before CM Punk went out and defended his real world championship, there was an altercation between both these guys. Bro, it's crazy. It's insane.
When is it going to stop, man?
When is it going to? That's what I want to know, bro. When is this going to come to an end, bro?
You're all grown men, not
kids,
little children.
Not little children. Absolutely, bro. It's ridiculous.
It's like, come on, man. Like, we know that this is the business of selfishness, but at some point, like, you have to learn how to just hold back and not get into these altercations.
Yes. So yes, there was an altercation between both these guys here, and you're probably wondering, gee, where did this begin from, right? So a couple of weeks ago, this had to have been at a collision taping or something, at a collision. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
You look
Nothing.
so
Keep going. Keep going. Keep
look
going. Keep going. Come on.
okay. Take it easy. Take it
It's
easy,
not
brother.
important. Come on. Come on. Just keep
Okay.
going. Don't even pay attention to me. Just talk.
Okay. In this case, there you go.
I said don't pay attention to me. Don't be a dickhead about it.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
two
sorry.
different things.
I'm sorry. Okay. So
Jesus Christ.
a couple of weeks ago on Collision, there was a whole thing where I guess Jack Perry wanted to use, I guess, real glass for something,
Right.
and Punk was like, "No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not. It's not happening. It ain't gonna happen, right?" And yeah, again, there was an argument. Again, there was an argument before collision. This happened before collision, right? And it involved this again this is also during Canada too. They were gonna film. They were filming. So they brought out Perry to film out a segment, and the two had words about the plans Perry was pushing forward. He was pushing for this plan, right? And according to those on the side of Punk, Perry wanted to use real glass for a backstage segment, and Punk was of the belief that he did this so he didn't need to come into work the next week, which he sees as a big problem in the company at that time. Per the Punk side of things, at this point, at that time, right? Perry was going against production, doctors, and Tony Schiavone's advising of him not to do it, and them telling him that smashing real glass was a safety hazard. And Perry wasn't happy with that. Shortly after, there were guidelines put in place and forwarded to the talent of things that required clearing. So if you remember a couple of weeks ago, right, they had this list out of what they could do, what they could not do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind also, right? But that's what led to everything, right? Perry was angry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Punk's claim was that he was asked to step in and calmly said that they don't do that on Saturdays for Collision, and if he doesn't like it, then he could stay on one. That being Perry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Word on the situation had made its way around the locker room and was referenced to as an argument. And Punk's claim was that Perry was throwing a temper tantrum over a spot not being cleared and people trying to prevent it. So just keep that all in mind, right? Keep all that in mind. Now,
Right.
we go to yesterday at All In. Yesterday, All in Wembley Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
During the buy-in, you had Jack Perry and Hook going at it for the FTW championship.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, Jack Perry came out in a car, a limo car, and Hook decided to wait for him halfway in the ramp, and they started fighting. Mm-hmm. They fight in the car, and there's a moment where they're on top of the roof of the car,
mm-hmm.
and they do a spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then Perry looks into the camera. Mind you, there's a replay. They're showing the replay of the spot. So on one side you see the replay, on the other side you see like the live action. So you be on the bottom side of the screen, the live action. Jack Perry looks into the camera and say, "You see this? Real glass. Cry me a river. Cry me a fucking river." Looking into the camera. Those in belief that, hey, that was a shot at CM Punk.
All right.
And then this led to an altercation backstage. This led to an altercation backstage, bro, between both guys. There was a moment where Punk threatened, in the heat of the moment, to quit AEW after the incident.
Hearing stuff about that and the childlike response on both ends is just ridiculous. Now, there should be repercussions, which we'll probably get down to later in this segment.
Yeah.
But for each guy, I felt like, A, you don't have to be a Nancy about it. They told you couldn't do this. It's in writing. Don't do it. Going back to Punk saying, well, he doesn't want to show up to work next week. That's why he wants to use real glass. Punk comes from the era of what?
The old, from like the mid 2000s, the late 90s.
What company did he work for?
Originally Ring of Honor. And
Not
the Fed.
Right.
Know, the
this
WWE.
all applies to what he used to deal with WWE. What era of WWE did he partake in?
Well, the PG era.
Exactly. What did they do in the PG era?
Everything safe and sound, everything protected. We can't piss off sponsors, Mattel in particular, right?
Right.
So
I feel like CM Punk wants to take that, and bring it to this company, but he's not reading the room. Well, he's reading the room, but a lot of the younger guys aren't not recipient. What am I trying to say? Aren't comprehending his sentiments.
Now, it's worth mentioning. Now, here's the thing about it, right? Brandon World writes here. So reports came out that Punk was the one that went up to Jack and started the fight, and Miro said nobody got choked out. Because there were rumors that there was like a choke, someone got choked, and that part wasn't true. However, Punk went up. Now, here's the thing about it. Yes, should Punk went up to him? No. And I agree with Chase. Punk wants to make AEW more professional, and this is the first locker room he's been in since 2014. That is very true.
Bingo.
Well.
Adding to my point. Thank you, Chase.
Thank you. Yes. So it's also worth mentioning here as well. Like, listen, at the end of the day, listen, Punk was in the wrong for doing that. However, at the same time, let's not sit here and put the whole blame on Punk either. Jack Perry, first of all, why the fuck is he coming out with a car as part of his entrance on the buy-in? The pre-show. Why are we doing this? Why are we giving him this car entrance? I get that it's Wembley Stadium. First of all, that match should have never happened at Wembley Stadium. I would have saved that match for All Out.
Yeah.
That's just
me. But, you got to have it there.
Yeah, and I don't know, why would you, like, bro, what makes you even say, oh, you see this? Like, bro, who gives a fuck, bro? Just have your match. Just have your fucking match, bro. And in the media, now, there were reports that, both men were asked to leave the stadium. There's even reports that CM Punk was that no one from AEW greeted CM Punk at the airport and had to get his own train to get to his hotel in London.
I mean, we don't know how true that is.
We don't know exactly.
But if that's the case, then that's very unprofessional on them. And I mean, no matter how you feel about Punk, you should treat everybody with respect until they treat you different. You know,
Yes.
no matter where your loyalty lies. I mean, that's where a lot of people get it all misconstrued. It's like,
Here's the
you
thing
know, he
about it
didn't do
too.
nothing to you, huh?
Yes. Regardless, bro, regarding CM Punk, you get what you pay for. I said this weeks ago, well, 2 episodes ago of Steve's Kitchen. You get what you pay for if you're Tony Khan. In the
He
media
wanted this.
in the media scrum, he did say, yes, there was an altercation, but he won't go into details. And now the word is going out to both men. And again, this is per Alvarez. Keep that in mind. Per Alvarez. This is per Brian
Alvarez
Alvarez.
is hit or miss. Huh?
Yes, keep that in mind. But this is what he tweeted out at 2:18 p.m. The belief within AEW is that CM Punk and Jack Perry are both suspended pending the result of an investigation, which would mean neither would work all out. Now, the key word in that, belief. Belief.
Right.
Nothing is confirmed that they are not, but let's assume for a second here, bro, that they are. Bro, you're going to Chicago literally this Sunday, the United Center,
And no CM Punk.
and no CM Punk. Like, what are
I
we
want to
doing?
see what the show looks like.
Honestly,
Like
bro,
that.
I don't, bro.
You don't? Why not?
Because, bro, at the end of the
This
day,
is the
listen,
pickle. This is the pickle that they got themselves in.
yes, I get that, bro. But but here's the thing, bro. There's people who I believe who couldn't make the trip to London, or like, we're going to Chicago, Labor Day weekend, because you want to see. Because again, I believe would have been, oh my God, CM Punk is closing United Center. He's main eventing, right?
Right.
And now, won't happen.
Yeah.
And believe me, bro, this will be, bro, if there's no CM Punk in Chicago, this will be like Monday Night Raw in 2014 when they went to Chicago and they had Paul Heyman come out to Punk's music. It'll be just like that, bro. Y'all remember that episode of Monday Night Raw? Do y'all remember that? How much the crowd hijacked the show?
Yeah.
Just like that. Just like that. That's how it's going to be like. Chicago in the mud, Romeo says. I agree. Chief writes here, Tony needs to get his locker room on the same page. He ain't going to do that.
No, he's not. And because he doesn't have the right backing under him.
No.
See, with WWE, and I hate to compare, but we have to because they have a right structure. You can read that comment before I continue.
The crowd could possibly try and hijack the show and with Punk chants if he's suspended, not on the show. Listen, I hope, bro. Listen, can you hear the thing about it, okay? The way I look at this, and people might think I'm wrong on this, Jack Perry started this whole thing.
Yeah, I 100% think that too.
Jack Perry started this. Y'all can take the Punk hate away for a second, bro. When you think about all this shit and just look at it from the point of view of, okay, how all the shit went down, Jack Perry started this.
Yeah.
Jack Perry is the one to blame for this shit. Because I don't know what made him look into the camera, see real glass, cry me a river. For what?
Yeah, it doesn't accomplish anything. It just causes more harm than doing, you know. But like I was saying before, dang, I lost my thought.
Oh, in the mud, bro.
I mean, you wanted to read a comment while I was making a thing, so
Punk
that's
was
what
just
happens.
looking out for Jack's health and safety. He was. We can agree on that. He was looking out for his safety, looking out for what's best for Jack. Because again, bro, Jack is still a youngin, bro. Jack
It
Perry,
hasn't done shit in this
I'm sorry.
business.
The only thing that Jack Perry has going on for him is the fact that who's
boom. Thank you, Romeo. Appreciate it. Stop talking. All right. The structure, and we were talking about the backing of Tony Khan getting the locker room on the same page. The structure of WWE is that they have layers before you get to the big boss. Different people that people respect to come and play. What do you call it? Not play mediator or the middleman before you get to the big boss. So the big boss doesn't have to do this every single time. You can see the weight, a chain of command. Thank you. Appreciate that again, Romeo. You have a chain of command before you get the problems to the big boss, and then he has to throw the hammer down. Tony Khan has the hammer in his hand every single time CM Punk or an elite or CM Punk and some jabroni or CM Punk and a Jack Perry-like person comes with problems and he doesn't want to throw the hammer down. You have to have people in line to dial and dose water on the fire before it becomes a freaking Armageddon, you know?
Yeah.
And he doesn't have that like the Fed does. You don't see this happening over there all the time. You people get heat, but it's not like this. You know? Triple H and Vince has other things to worry about. You know, Vince and his crazy life. Triple H and his health and the WWE on his shoulders. Tony Khan books the show, put everything in line, structures it, tell people what to do, all this stuff, and then on top of that, he has to discipline. That's too much.
Yeah, it is.
It's too much.
It is too much. It is.
That was my point.
I agree with you. I hear you. I hear you on that. I hear you on that. But again, listen, man, the idea of having CM Punk again, bro, like the idea of having CM Punk not be in Chicago for All In, bro, for All Out, that's insane. That
it is.
It itself is insane. But he brought this on himself. He brought that on himself.
I mean, the common denominator of all these incidents and other people is CM Punk. So there's a two-way street, and everybody isn't innocent, but there are two sides of the story.
Yes.
But like the truth will reveal itself soon.
I remember what I was saying. Like we're talking about again, it was Jack Perry's fault, and it is his fault. I say, you know what, Jack Perry, I'm sorry, bro. We're going to sit you out.
Yeah, I would actually kill his storyline until he acts right.
Gets his shit together.
Because it's going nowhere.
Because, bro, I'm sorry, dude. Like, you got, again, Punk was looking out, like you said before, Punk was looking out for him.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Punk has a name. Punk's been around. Jack Perry, and again, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you out there who are diehard Jungle Boy fans or Jack, whatever the hell you want to call it, but let's just keep it a buck. It may sound a little fucked up, but it is what it is. The only thing he got going for him is that his dad was a Hollywood star. He's the son of a Hollywood. That's all he got from him. That's all he got. Other than that,
and like I said before, he hasn't done shit in his business.
Hasn't done shit. But he invented Double or Nothing.
Okay, yeah, so by default because he's a pillar.
Yeah, man, I don't recall, man. It's crazy, man. Pillars, man, on the buy-in show. Wow. In the mud, bro. But anyway, it is sad because, bro, this is like a cloud on what was, I thought, a great show.
Oh, AEW. Yeah. Delivered by leaps and bounds.
Which is a shame, bro. It's a shame. Because, again, All In was a great show.
Yeah.
But it's sad that it once again has a gray cloud on top of it.
Yeah. A gray cloud from the land of gray clouds.
Yes. Sadly, it really, really does. So that being said, let us know in the chat, what is your stance on all this? What's your point of view? Who do you blame for this? What do you think should be the outcome of all this stuff? Let us know in the chat. We'll read it along the way. Frantic World writes here, I don't remember, but why doesn't Vince like CM Punk? I don't know, maybe because CM Punk walked out,
That too, yeah.
walked out and never came back.
Yeah.
And basically fucked up his original WrestleMania 30 plans.
What were those plans again? I forgot.
If you remember, it was going to be Triple H and CM Punk. It'll be Bryan and Sheamus. Remember? I mean, yeah.
That was a while ago. I don't remember. Actually, I really wasn't watching then. WrestleMania 30 made me start watching again.
Yeah.
So I didn't see a lot of that year.
All in. But what about Punk? He doesn't sit out for starting fights with people.
Sure, if it gets as bad as the Brawl Out one.
But here's the thing. We don't really know what really went down. And look who's here. Live from his palatial estate.
27 minutes late. That's a doc of
hey, man.
0.000
like
dollars.
Like that polo shirt, bro. Look at that.
Love that polo shirt.
Fresh off of work.
Fresh off the airport, you know. I'm in Chicago right now, man.
Look at you, man.
Live from Chicago, because
those windows kind of look like Chicago. Look like
there you unfortunately, this is why it was. I'm late. I'm in the mud. Oh no, I'm supposed to be out the mud. Oops. We were in the mud last night. We had a great 5+ hour event, and I thought this was gonna be it, but no. I've decided we're gonna have an encore show, and there was some demand, and that's why I came to Chicago to work with the owners of BCW. They're gonna let us use their high school gym, and we're gonna have.
Wait a minute! I own half of BCW. I never heard this.
Oh man, they're talking behind your back, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
But you guys hear this? I fund half the show.
You gotta hear this. There will be an All Out the Mud.
All Out the Mud. Not as long as All In the Mud, but there will be an All Out the Mud.
Out the Mud, yes. When will this show be, Walter?
I hope it's sometime this week. I'm here in Chicago the whole week, trying to we're gonna do some media, and hopefully we could do it before All Out, the real All Out.
Shit.
Man.
In the mud.
Out the mud, man.
Out the mud.
And don't worry, it will not be as long as All in the Mud. I promise you that.
You probably do a Sunday afternoon, early Sunday.
Early Sunday?
You got plans? You don't got plans Sunday, right, Walter?
Sunday? Sunday I do. Saturday.
Can we do a Saturday?
We'll see.
We'll see.
What about Thursday?
How about Sunday? Thursday? We got Sad Thursday, brother.
After Sad.
Shit. We could.
Too much.
I'll see why. We can do that.
We'll see. It's going to be sometime this week because we do want to take a little hiatus after. I mean, it was just easy to book All Out the Mud. That's why I decided to do it. I'm like, all the stuff that happened all in the mud, I feel like I needed a little, how do I say it? A little, I feel like there was still one more final chapter to follow up.
Yes, thank you. Saturday payback.
Yeah, a little closure.
There we go. So yeah, I think Thursday would be better than because Saturday, we can't too much wrestling for everyone, man. We got Payback, we got All Out the night after. You got Collision.
Collision.
Saturday. Anywho,
don't forget about Rampage. Don't forget about John Cena returning on Friday.
Ooh,
come on, man.
This is the hashtag AEW Rampage after it. Like, no one's watching that, dude.
Yeah.
Stop.
All right, enough promotion of All Out the Mud. What were y'all talking about for the past 30 minutes?
We talk about this Punk news, but we're moving on to all.
The Punk news.
Well, what's your take on it, real quick, Walter? What's your take on the Punk news, real
It's
quick?
unfortunate, that this is kind of almost like Brawl Out, not to that level, but it's kind of another distraction. And now I'm hearing about the suspensions. If Tony Khan did suspend Punk, then he's hearing it from the people. I say he's not hard enough. Pause. He's not hard enough on his wrestlers. He clearly is, I guess, because to do that with your biggest show in Chicago, All Out, and you don't have the hometown boy that everyone wants to see. Yeah, that takes a lot.
Punk only gets love in Chicago. He gets booed everywhere
takes
else.
that takes
At
a
the
lot
United
of
Center as
at
well,
the
by the
United
way.
Center. That's not cheap to book. That takes a lot of cojones,
Yeah, it
as they would
does.
say in Peru, to do something like that.
Yeah,
So
it would.
it's just an unfortunate situation all around. Jack Perry, CM Punk. But look, yeah, Jack Perry might have started it, instigated it, but at the end of the day, whose name do you keep seeing over and over again in these situations?
Yeah, common denominator of all these feuds.
It's getting tiring. I love Phil, but goddamn, man, can you not get out of trouble? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's what? How many years was it? Has it been since 2014? How many years is that? 8 years? 9 years? It's like 9 years of back drama just flowing out of him. It's just like I want to smoke with everybody backstage. Like these people don't even know
Bro,
you like that.
Bro, of all people though, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry,
Yeah.
of all people.
Yeah.
Like,
I
what are we
mean, Jack.
doing?
How'd you piss Jack Perry off? The guy who throws up in promos.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see what happens. It's ridiculous, but yeah, the show should go on, right? So All In, bro. All In was last night, and I gotta say, bro, a big win for AEW. I thought this show delivered.
Yeah.
Leaps and bounds. This show, I felt like, was AEW's coming out party. This is
coming out party. I mean,
and this like their gift to the
in a
wrestling,
sense,
like
sure.
their letter to the wrestling world, like to the world, like see, we're here now. We're in a stadium. Granted, I get there's people who will say, "Oh, they did that in the UK. Can they do that in the States?" I've been hearing that.
Honestly, I'm not afraid to say it. I'm one of those people. I mean, I get it. It's a big deal. It literally is a big deal. You go in the States, you can only fill 2,500 to 9,000 seaters to 80,000 overseas. I mean, I get it. They eat up things more than we do. You can't fool us easy. You just can't throw anything at us and we're gonna take it. Pause. It's easy to sell tickets over there. They love this stuff, bad and good.
Yes.
So
the record was the attendance was paid attendance 81,035,
which is the most out of every wrestling event. Paid attendance.
Paid attendance. Yes. But again, I thought overall, dude, it was a win for AEW. A win for wrestling at a time when, again, there's a lot of stuff that happened over the week, right? At a time where I feel like everyone in the wrestling world we're still mourning, right? The passing of Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt, and Terry Funk. AEW delivered a show that kind of gave us a little bit of a distraction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, we know that right now everyone's going through a lot right now with the losses, but let us cheer you guys up a bit. And I thought that they delivered.
Yeah.
To the point where they announced they'll be returning next year.
Which is a big deal.
Yes, they're going back to Wembley Stadium, bro. They're going back to Wembley.
Can't blame them. I mean, to sell out, not sell out, but you know what I mean, to draw that audience you'd be foolish not to go back again. I mean, I knew that. I just didn't know if it was gonna be the same time frame, same date. It's basically next year, same date.
August
Yeah.
25th, 2024. I will say this. Me and Walt were talking about this yesterday. We're planning on going next year to
Well,
London.
you got a year to save and prepare.
to
I
save.
guess. So there you go.
Like for me right now, my thought right now is Philly and then London this year. That's the plan. Again, we'll see how that goes. Again, a lot can happen, right? A lot can happen a year from now.
Of course, a lot.
I'll try and join you guys. I'll try.
I'm not promising to go next year, but
I'm not
I
promising,
am
but I would love
there's
to.
an attempt. There'll be an
reason
attempt
why.
to try. And I've never been to London before either. So
I never have either.
It's a good
It's funny.
excuse to
Me
go.
neither.
I have family in England.
Oh man, you got family everywhere.
But they're not. But they're not in London. They're like, they're like deep in England, like a different part, like out of London. So
My last name is British.
Okay.
You know, so that tells you where my lineage is from.
Yeah.
Without saying it. If you know history.
WWE don't have to stop moving the goalpost. AEW was built in proving people wrong, and they were, bro. Think about this, right? Business is booming, wrestling both companies doing stadiums. TNA never did that. No, and I agree with that 100%.
Yeah,
you know, again,
just sucked at that. They sucked at marketing.
Well, to be fair, dude, TNA, bro, you used to always sell out in the link. They used to always sell out in Europe as well.
Yeah, they did. I'm talking about in general, like TNA. Even though we make fun of AEW's attendance and stuff like that in the US sometimes, TNA, at least AEW promotes. TNA
never
didn't do any of that, and that's why their attendance was always so crap.
Yeah.
I mean, they still do freaking what do you call it? Hype team on the street type promotion. Like, hey, we got a show on the street. Hey, we got a show. Come to the show. You know, when I left
the new regime.
When I left Dynamite, when I left Dynamite, not too long ago, what was a handful of months ago, there was a dude outside handing out flyers for Slammiversary. Like, hey, come across the river. We got a show across the river. And it was Impact.
You're like, what the hell? You're like, what the
hell? Yeah, I did. And that's when I was thinking about going, and things fell through.
Yeah. Now if AEW did if TNA did their Victory Road Impact 1000 after Grand Slam, that probably would have happened as well.
Most likely, yeah. But again, I feel like wrestling last night won. They won yesterday, bro. At the end of the day, was everything perfect on the show? Absolutely not. But again, keep this in mind, right? This all started with a tweet to Dave Meltzer. Hey, do you think that another company can sell out an arena, not WWE? That's what started this whole thing.
Or a stadium.
First was an arena.
Oh, it was an arena. Okay.
And remember, there's a difference between arena and stadium. They're two different things.
Yeah, I know.
I think a lot of folks sometimes don't realize that. Like I've heard folks like for example, they'll go to Prudential. Oh, I'm in the state. No, you're not. You're in an arena.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Arenas hold max 25,000.
Yes,
stadiums hold max of 80.
Exactly. It's a different.
If 100, if you got college stadiums. So.
I think at times people forget that, and it's like, it's silly, it's ridiculous, but that's nor here or there. I thought again, bro, that's how it started. They did that, back 5 years ago or so, 2018, right, with the original All In, which I thought about going back then, and I didn't get to go.
Yeah, Chicago, that's your second home, no?
My brother, but at the time, my brother was living in Chicago, so keep that in mind. He was living there at the time. So that fell through. And then from there, out came this promotion, AEW. And now, again, they've been around now for a couple of years, signed some big names. And their first UK show, and they made a splash, bro. Wembley Stadium. That's nothing to joke around about. Wembley Stadium, bro, is as legit as it gets.
Yeah.
They host the FA Cup. Tyson Fury finished off. Was it Dillian White a couple of months? Was it a year ago or so? Wembley Stadium, bro, has hosted a lot of big moments, bro.
Yeah.
And of course, '92 SummerSlam. Well, that was old Wembley.
That's old.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's old Wembley. Huh.
But nonetheless, it's still the structure, like the memories there, right? But I'm happy, bro. Again, I'm happy for them. They had their moment yesterday. This was them pushing the flagpole, almost like we made it, we did it.
Yeah.
You know, what was y'all overall take on the show? Walter, I'll start with you.
Overall, it was a very enjoyable watch. Many different ways. It wasn't the perfect show. I don't even know if it's their pay-per-view of the year, actually. It's
I
just
think it
crazy,
might
crazy
be.
to say.
I think it might be.
I enjoyed Forbidden Door a little bit, just a little tiny bit more. But this show though, like spectacle wise, they did. Yeah, it wasn't the best production, like in terms of the cameras and all that. They kept too many shots of the crowd, which I get it. You have to show that off. But sometimes it cut off some important things that we wanted to see in the show as well. That's just the minor critiques. Then the rest of it, the pyro, shilling out extra money just to get special entrances. The set wasn't all that, but at the end of the day, even the Fed does simple sets now. I'm not gonna go hard on AEW for that. But just to look at the audience is not, you would have thought this would be a Fed show, because who would have thought a company not named WWE would have 81 plus thousand people tuning in for a wrestling show. And yeah, big names and all, but at the end of the day, it's not under the WWE umbrella. So it was very impressive to see. And out of all this, whether you're fanboy of either company, I think at the end of the day, I think just wrestling as a whole wins because it could still draw that much people. Yeah, in England, they love the wrestling. That is still impressive, though, to draw that much, because it's not all English people. There's people that flew out for this show. So it was amazing to see. And overall, the match, yeah, people were talking about the card, not really a super card. Like it's not like a WrestleMania worthy type of card. But I think for the matches they had listed, a good majority of them delivered, and I had fun watching the show.
Of course. Big Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I enjoyed this a little bit more than Forbidden Door. As I'm looking at the card, I think I only liked three matches from Forbidden Door. I thought it was an okay show, but this, I came in lukewarm, left out red hot. It's not the perfect show, but this was a nice watch. Crowd, match quality, story. It almost rid itself. It didn't disappoint, and I'm glad it didn't. I thoroughly enjoyed it, watching it from the workplace.
Absolutely. But again, guys, give us your thoughts in the chat, your thoughts on the show. What did you like? What did you not like as well? So the only thing that I didn't like is the way they advertised 12 p.m. right for 0 hour. They started an hour prior.
They started at 11.
At 11 p.m. a.m. Eastern time here in the States. And I did love the panel that they had. They had Renee Paquette, they had Paul White, they had Kip Sabian, and Anthony Ogogo. Just like the Fed would have, whoever they would have as well. I thought that was cool, right?
Mm-hmm. I thought Kip Sabian did a good job.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
They had some segments that took place at the 0 hour. Like they had Miro and Powerhouse Hobb do a contract signing for their match at All Out, which was fine for what it was worth. They signed the contract, then they had a little brawl. We had Jeff Jarrett with Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, Satnam Singh, Karen Jarrett coming out and insulting the crowd, how, wrestling is the reason why this is as big as it is because of American wrestling, and talk about all these promoters from yesteryear. The crowd was booing him, and then Al came. Paul White, Anthony Ogogo, and Grado. Now, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, Jared did media in the UK and whacked the guitar over the head of Grado. There was speculation at the time that, we're going to get Grado and Jeff Jarrett at All In. Listen, I'm happy that, how do I put this right? I'm happy that this didn't take place on the main card. This took place on the buy-in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
I'm happy for that. And I'm even more happier that this wasn't a match.
Oh, yeah.
On the main card. You could have done a match on the buy-in if you wanted to. That's fine.
I'm glad it wasn't a match on the buy-in.
But you could have done this as well. Which is fine as well. Grado did get a reaction. Again, he's big over there in Europe. They didn't play a song from Madonna, like a prayer. They didn't play it. I'm not surprised.
Probably didn't want to pay for it, or she probably didn't even want to give the rights away.
Saddam Singh knocked out. My bad. Paul White knocked out Saddam Singh. There was a brawl between Anthony Gogo got physical as well. They basically all laid out Jeff Jarrett, and it ended with Grado hitting Jarrett with the guitar. We got the first match on the buy-in. We had, believe it or not, the tag title match for the Ring of Honor tag team titles. We had Aussie Open versus Better Than You, Baby.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a fun match. I still don't think it was a smart idea to have your main event on the pre-show.
Yeah, but the way the match went.
Yeah, it was more of a comedy thing than anything.
Yeah.
The kangaroo kick. And what do you know, bro? They end the match with a double clothesline.
Yeah.
They end the match with a double clothesline, and Adam Cole and MJF are still the Ring of Honor tag team champions. Walter, what was your thoughts on that, bro? Because I was going into like, you know what? I said, it'll probably end in like in a no contest or something, but did not go that way.
Yeah. This was it was an unpredictable match. I agree with that as well. I should have figured it wasn't gonna be like a crazy, back and forth match that goes long, because these two of the people in this match have a main event match later on that I'm pretty sure they're going to compete for 30 plus minutes. So this wasn't going to be that long. I didn't expect too much action because you don't want neither men to get hurt either. But yeah, that was interesting to see how they just won like that with double clothesline. I get that's their shtick, but I thought they have a little more to, how do I say it, to finish up the match. But I have no problem with the winners. Aussie Open, they don't need those titles. And they could rebound from this. They'll probably win it back for all we know. And Cole and MJF, it made sense so that it does. Now the main event wasn't too predictable. I feel like, I think if they lost, you would have been like, oh, Cole's pissed. He didn't win the tag titles, and this is the match he wanted. So he's probably going to turn heel on MJF. That's what I probably would have thought if they lost. But they won. It surprised me just a tiny bit. And I thought it makes sense. But what's next for them as a tag team with those titles? I doubt they're going to be on Honor Club. But I am intrigued to see what they're going to do with them. Maybe they'll just lose it right back at All Out. Honestly, the main event might be them as a tag team. They might have who knows? Maybe the ROH tag team titles are in the main event of All Out. That's what I'm thinking.
Big Mike, what about you, brother?
Yeah, I mean, like Walter said, man, this is a very unpredictable match to predict. And I'm kind of glad that it went the way it did, because you couldn't predict the main event, and also I'm kind of not surprised that it went this way because of that. And I mean, it made it. I think we all should have saw that they were going to win this, and how the finish, not the finish, but the result, the main event was the way it was because Adam Cole has a title too, and MJF has two belts, but they gave Adam Cole a title as well, but they have to continue as best friends. But it was a safe match, comedy match, so nobody in the main event would be at risk, and it was smart planning out. But like you said, it shouldn't have happened because that's risky.
Mm.
Oh yeah, tell me about it, bro.
That risky.
Absolutely, of course. And what do you know, man? Adam Cole and MJF are the Ring of Honor tag team titles, man. Keep this in
They
mind.
are
bro.
the titles. They are the titles.
They are the Ring of Honor tag team champions.
I mean,
They
might as well
formed
be
into
the
belts.
titles.
I didn't know that can happen, Steve.
You know,
They might as well be the titles.
They are now the Ring of Honor
They
tag
that whole
team
freaking
champion.
company now. They the biggest
Well,
stars in
yeah,
Ring of Honor.
they're carrying of honor, I guess now.
No, they are the Ring of Honor tag team champions. They're going to be on Ring of Honor television.
No, they're not. Are they? You think?
No,
So?
I mean, it'd be cool.
Hashtag watch Ring of Honor. No one's watching that. Come on, guys.
You think with MJF they won't watch?
Come on.
Illegally.
Yeah.
It should
They
be a
won.
segment.
It won with ease. Aussie jabronis. LOL at the Mark Davis box when MJF told him to hit him, and he just flipped over the rope.
Yeah, they'll probably have a backstage segment in
Probably.
ROH with the ROH branding and
I-
stuff.
Most likely.
Yeah, I would. It'd be funny if they have a like a segment of Adam Cole trying to get him to get on TV. Like, come on, man, we got to get on ROH. He's like, I don't want to go to this jobber show. Like, it'd be hilarious if he does that.
It would be. So from there, we go to the first match of the night. We go to CM Punk versus Samoa
Whoa,
Joe.
you forgot about your boy?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Speaking
my
of which, Hook versus. Well, we talked about it earlier. I feel like we talked.
Yeah,
about
we
that
talked
earlier.
about it earlier.
You talking about the
I guess.
match? Or you talking about
We
something
talked
else?
about the incident. The
But
incident.
The
that happened.
incident.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Hook versus Jack Perry for the
I don't wanna
FTW
talk about
championship.
You
Here's
don't
the
want
thing,
to talk
right?
about Shaq Perry getting
Okay.
glass all over his back?
Well, here's my thing, right? It was basically FTW rules, no DQ, right? Why is Jack Perry coming out in a limo? Why is he getting this special entrance on the pre-show?
To make him feel special still.
It
Poor
doesn't,
Pillar,
bro.
man.
Like, to me, it's silly. It's like, bro, why are we going all crazy with this entrance for a buy-in? To me, the pre-show, I always feel like it's a giant infomercial to get you to buy the pay-per-view. That's the point of it. I don't need to see some fancy, like, there's not supposed to have like a big match to steal to top this. No, there isn't. Right?
Mhm.
So yeah, he does. Oh my goodness, Jack Perry wants to have war with me. Oh, I'm scared now. I'm nervous. Bro. Shake.
Yeah, we do have Jack Perry on gaming.
You know, I must remind him though. If Jack Perry approaches me, try to talk to me. That
that risky. Okay, Phil.
But I thought their match was okay for what it was worth. I feel like this should have been at All Out, but they probably will still have, honestly. We talked about the whole spot in the beginning where they did something on the top of the car, the limo, and Jack Perry's like, "You see this? Real glass, cry me a river." But Hook got the win, man. Hook got the win. Your thoughts on the match, fellas?
It was okay. What about you, Walter?
I wasn't paying too much attention to it, and yeah, I didn't want it to continue. That's why I wanted Jack Perry to win. But I guess we are getting this at All Out as well. Damn.
Yeah. At least AEW has matches under 0 hours, Steven.
You know what? I prefer the Fed way.
No, I don't want no pre-show. I'm not a big fan of the pre-show. AEW, fine.
Because
could
you
have
know
a
what?
0
You're not
hour.
missing anything. You could just
Yeah.
go straight to the dang PLE.
I mean,
No, because then the match that's an excuse to make the pay-per-view long. The Fed doesn't like long pay-per-views unless it's like a big 4 event.
like, yeah, she was well. It was a fun match. I agree. It was a fun little match. But they didn't go crazy. But they'll probably have
I don't give a shit.
they'll have the rematch likely at All Out.
Out.
So from there we go to CM Punk versus Samoa Joe for the Real World Championship. Now this kicked off the show because, well, we can't have Phil, you know, get
No,
this out
'cause
of
you
the
I
gotta
way.
should have
with
known
the-
this too. I
Let's
should
start
have
with the
known
main
this.
event.
I mean, hold up. Didn't Phil open the show in Toronto for Forbidden Door
No,
against
MJF did.
Oh yeah, he did, right? But he was one of the opening 2 matches, though.
Yeah,
right?
it was the
He
second match.
Yeah,
I mean, look.
yeah.
No, I mean, he didn't really have a spectacular. He didn't. It wasn't that much of a feature match.
He was a Kojima.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah,
He was a
is that- is that-
legend.
Is that worth whatever the other
Bro,
matches were after
He
that?
was a legend, bro. He's a legend. Come on, man. Say what you want.
Stop. He's a legend, but not worth as much. Look at the rest of the card. You think any of those matches should go over? Should go below Phil?
I don't know. Well, that's true. But here though, him and Samoa Joe for the real world title. The
You
real.
start with the main event first. Yes.
Yeah, start the main event. I thought this was a good match. I'm happy to see that third rivalry because there's
Right,
history
Romeo.
between-
Forgot about that.
Their
Jack
history.
Perry stuff.
Their history. Finally got to be on the stage at Wembley, at a stadium, Wembley Stadium, of all things, right? That was cool to see. I love how Punk was feeding into the crowd. Like, yeah, we know, like, there's some of them who, when he comes out, they'll cheer for him. Oh my God, because it's the song, right? Like, look in my eyes. But then during the match, you're reminded, oh, fuck him. I gotta boo him.
They love the song, but we booing you now, pal.
Yeah, man. Elite fan 74 here. Like, screw you, man. Young Buck fan 91 here, man. Punk is the devil. Punk's a cancer. Hangman lover 73 here. Here to tell you that, Hangman is better than CM Punk. I'm just throwing some, But
I get you.
Punk is feeding into that though. Like, he's like leaning into it, and I like that. Because there was a moment in the match where Punk does this, the Hulk Hogan ear thing, right? And drops a leg drop. He does the leg drop on him. There was a spot too where Punk gets like Joe does like a power bomb and then he swings you. Went into the underneath the table of the announcer's table, basically, which was fucking I thought they had good timing. But when it was all said and done, CM Punk picked up the W, man. CM Punk hit, what do you know, bro? In this match, he hit the Pepsi plunge, bro. He hits the Pepsi plunge. A move he has not hit, well, I think,
Since his return match.
since a return match, yeah, bro. But he hit the fucking Pepsi plunge. Got a big reaction. But CM Punk retains the real world title, and now he's suspended, supposedly. Walter, your take on the match?
Yeah. CM Punk, you gotta enjoy all his matches now. But in all seriousness, I thought the match was fine for what it was. It could have been a lot worse because these two are older. Joe's obviously not the same, but he could still work. So can CM Punk. I thought the elements with CM Punk doing the Hogan and Joe playing a part of it too. That was funny. Cena did the Cena. CM Punk did the Cena thing as well. That was fun. I thought this was a lot better than what I expected, actually. And of course, CM Punk was gonna win the fucking. They were tied 1-1 in one-on-one matches. Of course, he's gonna win the rubber, the finale match, the trilogy match, and he did what he had to do. And I can't say what's next because all that shit that went down backstage. I don't know what's next. But
there is no next. He's the anti-Goldberg.
Just as I predicted, Phil won. CM Punk won. Still the real world champion. The real world champion.
Yes. Big Mike, what about you?
Yeah, a match that I gave no shits about. I liked, and that's the one thing that I give AEW credit. You know, asking you guys on a prediction show, will we see anything from their feud in ROH? You know, in this match, of course we didn't, but it was still a good match, man. You know, Punk got color. He was doing all of the other like antics, like the Hogan stuff, the Cena stuff. You know, Joe freaking getting up for this match. When was the last time you say, "Hey, I enjoyed a Samoa Joe match"? When was the last
I
time
feel
you
like
said
you
that?
have at one point. I mean, I feel like at one point.
No, how long has it been?
When was the last time we fully enjoyed a Joe match?
When was it? It's been a while. Huh?
Honestly, that
Joe
I
and
can think
Punk
of.
and Collision was okay.
Yeah, it
It
was.
wasn't fully enjoyable, but it did its job.
Honestly, if I can go back,
But fully enjoy.
Brock and
See, you have to.
Brock and Joe,
Joe.
Great Balls of Fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go back.
Punk and Joe. My bad. Brock and Joe, Great Balls of Fire.
Great balls of fire.
Yep.
They need to bring that POE back.
They ain't bringing
Oh,
it back. Great balls of fire.
Well, I'm glad you said
That,
that.
Jerry Lee
gentlemen.
Lewis playing. Goodness gracious.
Say nah. And Manitos, yeah, let's go. We'll go watch a show. What show we watching? Great Balls of Fire. Yeah.
What were
Pause.
they thinking? Vince really didn't care at that time, huh?
No, he didn't. It
maybe
was
that
great.
shit.
It turned out to be a decent paper.
Yes. So from there, we go to the trios match between the Golden Elite of Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Hangman Adam Page versus Konosuke Takeshita and Bullet Club Bullet Club Gold of Switchblade Jay White and Juice Robinson. I thought the match was actually pretty good for what they did, right? Yeah, man, Kota Ibushi, bro.
What do you guys say about him?
Oh man, bro.
See why they keep sticking him in multi-man matches?
You can see why. Yes, you can see why. You know, he's part of these multi-person matches. He's not really, and in the singles route. But other than that, I thought everyone here, had their moments in this match. I know. Again, if it was up to me, I would have rather done Jay White versus Kenny Omega. Because every people say, "Oh, why is Kenny Omega involved in a six-man tag in Wembley?" Right? I'm like, well, you get what you get. But Big Mike, again, we'll shock everyone. Well, not really a shocker, but it ended with Konosuke penning Kenny Omega.
Right, and something that I predicted on the prediction show that
Yes.
it was a possibility.
Yes.
I don't know if I got that right in the predictions, in the picks that we do with True Heat, but I kind of seen this whole finish coming with Takeshita, continuing this feud with Kenny Omega, and getting the win for the team, and that's what happened. The match was cool. Bullet Club Gold did their thing. What's his name? Juice Robinson did a good job. Hangman did a good job. Kenny does great. Ibushi is in the mud.
Yeah.
A little bit. He's in the mud, man. So,
But
other than that,
bro?
What is it?
With Kota Ibushi, bro, it's like, you're just happy to see him.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
It's like you just put his name on the on the Tron. You see him walk out. Oh my God, this is great, Kota Ibushi.
Yeah,
but then the bell rings. Like, fuck, bro.
Wait, this ain't the Kota I know.
You know what it is too, bro? Is his lack of time. Is his lack of ring time, bro. Because I don't recall him having another match or wrestling since Blood and Guts. I don't recall.
Really, he's taking those type of breaks between matches.
Yeah,
I think it's time for him to call it a career.
or training. And he wants to train wrestlers too, bro.
Or do that, yeah. Hey, send him to the dang dojo.
He's offered his services to AEW and WWE to train his style of wrestling, which is like, yeah, buddy. I don't know about that. I don't know. But nonetheless, we're going to get likely, it's official, I believe now. I think in the media scrum they said it's going to be Kenny Omega and Konosuke one-on-one. So there's that.
Yeah, which kind of seen that coming.
I kind of saw it coming too. And that should be fun. Ibushi is still moves better than Tanahashi by default. By default.
He's younger.
By default.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Ibushi's in the mud.
Yes. But Tanahashi's still going though. He's still doing the damn thing, bro. So that's cool to see. From there we go to the third match. The third match between FTR and the Young Bucks for the AEW tag titles. I thought this match was amazing. And it really picked up near the end, bro. Near the end, just the near falls, just the back and forth. Yes, the Young Bucks like opening theme. A super kick gonna knock you out. Was it cringeworthy? A little bit. No reaction to it at all. The big question was going into this match, because knowing what. Yes, thank you, G Nation. It's FT armed. FT armed.
Right.
Because again, going into this, what we know about Cash Wheeler, right? And his arrest and all that stuff. And would they take the titles off of FTR and give it to the Young Bucks? The Young Bucks, who we all know by now, right? Who just resigned this new deal.
All right.
They resigned this new deal, and you would think, okay, they would go over. But they didn't. They did not. And yes, everyone and their mother, I guarantee you, got annoyed by the streamers, bro. I know I did.
Right.
But Mike, what was your overall thoughts on the match? When it was all said and done, FT armed got the W, man. They got the W.
I'm just glad it wasn't a stereotypical, Young Bucks spot fest. They did their regular spots, but it wasn't drawn with spots. Great near falls. It was at certain points where I thought, oh man, Young Bucks got this. And then Dax would kick out. Did not see FTR retaining. That was kind of shocking, because we all made the point that, they signed the Elite. They made a big deal about the Elite. And for two people of the Elite not to win their match and win these titles, it's kind of weird. But maybe the story continues somehow in some capacity. But I thought the match was really good.
Yes. Franagro writes here. The Bucks and FTR had a great tag match. They did. Will they run it back? I don't know. I mean, who do you have take the titles off FTR now? That's the question.
The Elite somewhere down the line.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Maybe Kenny and Coda. Who knows? But we shall see.
Oh, hell no. No.
No. Oh, come on, man.
Oh, hell no.
From there, we go to Stadium Stampede. We go to Santana and Ortiz with the Blackpool Combat Club of Job Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta versus the best friends of Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, and the AEW international champion who did not defend his title overseas, Orange Cassidy, along with Eddie Kingston and Penta El Cerro Miedo. This match was all over the place.
Yeah, it was.
Completely all over the place, bro. It's obvious here that Santana and Ortiz still are not on the same page. If you notice throughout the match, like they didn't even acknowledge each other at all. You know, it's unfortunate because I do feel like, again, both guys here should definitely, like, you know, all right, get the shit together. Whatever the fuck happened, that's the past. Okay, we don't know what happened. Did Santana lend Ortiz money or the other way around, or we don't fucking know what happened. What caused this whole thing to take place? But there was like zero communication between these two guys in this match. Eddie Kingston came out to the Patty Ewing jersey, which I thought was pretty cool. Again, bro, they were fighting all over the place, bro. Just pure, just mayhem everywhere. There's a moment in this match where Penta goes away and he changes his attire, which was fucking hilarious, bro. Well, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? You know, read some comments here as well. Brody King and Buddy versus FTR. Maybe who knows? But it is one of those things again, bro. They were just all over the place. There's a moment in this match. I'm trying to find it here. Where they're just, again, they're throwing glass at each other, hacks, what have you. There's a moment where Orange Cassidy had tape in his hand and he put glass all over his tape. Hit the orange punch on Claudio, right? And got the pin on Claudio. Orange Cassidy got the win for his team. Again, everyone fought everywhere. Even as well, Claudio and Eddie getting physical as well. That was also another factor in this match. But again, overall, I thought it was enjoyable. Yes, there was some silliness, like I mentioned, with the Pentagon. But Big Mike, your overall thoughts on the match?
All right. I thought I wasn't going to be able to get a word in. My dad was making so much noise. So, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I thought this match was wild. I thought it was I don't want to say I don't know if this would be disrespectful to the business. I don't want to say carny.
Carney?
Yeah, it was very carny of them to do this type of match.
You
had the freaking skewer spot that wrestlers nowadays love to do now. You know, no matter if you're in GCW or Japan Fed or AEW, whatever, they love doing this skewer spot, stabbing, putting not even a quarter of a centimeter lesions in the head. That's just ridiculous. I'm going back on mute, but it was a decent match. Crazy stuff.
No problem. Walter, your thoughts overall on the Stadium Stampede?
Wait, what was the match that I missed?
Well, yeah, but you know, we got to keep going forward. We got to move forward, brother.
All right, so with Golden Elite, they lost. Takeshita, it made sense for him to win if he's going to face Omega at All Out. So the match was okay. It is what it is. But yeah, it's to build up for All Out. So it did its purpose. What was the match after that? Was it Stadium Stampede?
Yeah, Stadium Stampede. Yeah.
Can I say one more thing before Walter goes?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You mentioned the Pentagon.
I know it wasn't
spot.
Steve. No, you can go. I'm sorry.
You mentioned the Pentagon spot. That was funny. It was the stupidest thing in this match, but it was funny because it came out of nowhere. It's like you had all this time to change into your many of alter egos to do what? It's not like it played a huge factor in the match.
Like, bro, he was called Pentagon Dark, but yeah, he wore red.
Right. It's just the stupidest part of the match. I got a good laugh out of it.
Chase said it. Yeah, it was their AAA moment, and I agree here also with G Nation here. It was a better tribute to Terry Funk than whatever SmackDown was presenting. That is true, 100%.
I mean, what do you want SmackDown to do? You know what they're
the problem.
What do you want the
problem
Fed
was
to
well.
do?
We
all
problem
know what the Fed is doing.
No. But the problem was SmackDown this Friday was in Kentucky. The past Friday was in Kentucky, right?
Okay.
And their athletic commission doesn't allow bleeding.
From what I saw, somebody said, I don't know if it's true or not. They said that they lifted the blood ban in 2016. Don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I saw online. It was some jabroni that said it, so I didn't really take it to heart. But
so,
what do you want WWE to do?
Yeah,
they're not that type of company anymore. No matter what, no matter how much you want to see, people bleeding like stuck pigs. Crimson Mask wearing intentionally or unintentionally, they just don't do it anymore. They tried,
yeah,
so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Walter, I mean, it was a short hardcore match, but still, what do you want them to do?
Yeah. So, Walter, anything you want to add to Stadium Stampede?
I didn't even start. FTR and Young Bucks.
Oh, come
they had a tremendous match. I was surprised FTR got the win, after Cash Wheeler situation. But, Young Bucks doing the job. Very interesting. Very honorable of them. That's all I got to say with that. And then Stadium Stampede. So you thought I was going to go on a tirade with that match? Besides the Young Bucks' stupid entrance. And then ruining the whole night with the streamer. Not ruining the night, but you know what I mean. That distraction of the streamers. Oh, I forgot to say Coda's washed. My bad. Sorry, Coda. You were good in the past, but hey, collect those paychecks. But Stadium Stampede, it was fun. This was probably, I think it was. It's my match tonight. It was my match tonight. I loved Stadium Stampede. It was an entertaining train wreck. And I think everyone in this match did their part. Even Wheeler Yuta, or whatever you call him, Wheeler Useless. He did his thing. Just, I was intrigued because I'm like, what could this be? Because they, there's people in the stadium. So I didn't know how this match was really going to be. And it's basically Anarchy in the Arena, but it was a lot better than the one in Double or Nothing. So I'm like, wow, this is actually fun to watch. Penta changing, that was the funniest moment. Then Santana taking a spot, which could probably sideline him, and he still took it, but whatever. It made no sense to me, but I still enjoyed all of it. And yeah, I mean, the winners kind of shocked me, but at the end of the day, it's a gimmick match. You don't get hurt from a loss, or and it's to build a storyline to All Out, which seems like that was kind of sort of what was happening in some of these matches. You were building out to another pay-per-view, which is weird. Hopefully they fix that next year. We'll let it slide this year, but next year, I don't think we should be doing that. But nonetheless, the match was fun.
Yeah. Now let's get into where are we here? Where are we? Okay. The 3-way for the AEW Women's Championship.
4-way.
Yeah, the 4-way. Yeah, my bad. Fatal 4-way. I'm sorry.
Dang, in the mud.
Hikaru Shida defending the title against Saraya, who had an amazing entrance. She came out with her entire family.
Yes, she did.
Which I thought was great.
Queen playing.
Yes. Queen playing. Yes, Queen was playing.
Before you finish, Steve, how many Queen songs do you know?
Oh, goodness.
Free?
No, how many Queen songs do you know?
Like 1 or 2. Couple.
two. What are the
Yeah.
one or two? You know.
I was having a good time that one.
Okay. All right. I didn't even think you know that one. Okay.
And free. I want to be free. Right.
I want to
You know
break
that
free.
one.
I want to break free. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't know the song that Soraya walked out to?
Rock you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Come on.
another song that teams play when they win a championship. You don't know that
we
song,
are the
do you?
champion. Yeah, we are the champions. Yeah, we are the
Okay, so
champions.
you know a handful of Queen songs. That's great. I love it.
I'm probably in the same
You
level as
continue.
Steve, but he just doesn't know the names. That's
I
all.
know there's someone who said this as well. Like, hey, they're in England, but yet they couldn't get stuff from Mick Jagger or
Who gives a shit about
Bro, I
damn
ain't
Rolling
gonna.
Stones?
I ain't gonna.
like, bro. I mean,
I don't
listen,
care.
I ain't gonna criticize the entrance. They play Queen.
they play Queen.
Yeah.
Give it a break.
Queen is who cares? Oh yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah,
I mean, they had a movie out of it. Of course,
Yeah,
we
they made
gotta
a
know
movie out
that.
of it. Absolutely, yeah, they made a movie out of it.
Right. It was one of
Did
the
you see
best
that
scenes
movie?
in Wayne's World too.
Did Romy see that movie?
Oh come on!
Oh man, if he knows the song and didn't see the movie, man.
That'll be in the
leave.
mud.
I'll leave. I'll leave.
All right, so Fatal 4-Way. I thought overall, as a match, overall, it was good. It was good.
Okay.
All right, good. Yes, Finding with My Family 2 bound. LOL. It would be. I wouldn't mind it, bro. I wouldn't mind it leading up to Wembley
She
Stadium.
pretty much she probably nodded to the effect on the scrum that it's in the works. At least the writing part is in the works.
I mean,
I'll
the
say
comeback
The comeback's amazing,
makes
bro.
sense.
To think, bro, a couple of years ago, she was told she will never wrestle again. Right? Sits at home, collecting a paycheck, not having her career cut short, right? And here we are. She goes to another company. She gets to wrestle again. And now here you are. Granted, I don't know how far Norwich is from London. Not really sure. But you're back in you're in your country in a stadium, 81,000 plus, and you win the women's world title. It made sense. It made sense for her to win. Has this been in the States? Not quite. But it's a feel-good moment. Also, what we're seeing is like the self-destruction here of the outcast in front of our very eyes as well. If you notice somewhere in this match, Tony Storm by accident hit Soraya's mom, who was also a wrestler back in the day, and a fucking savage in the ring. A savage. And as well, there's a moment where with Ruby Soho, where she got hit as well. But nonetheless, dude, shit.
What? Come on, producer.
My
What are you doing?
My bad. In the meantime, I'm sorry. Walter, your thoughts on the match, bro?
I thought it was a high. I mean, I ain't gonna hype this. Come on. I mean, they did for the time it got. They did their thing, I guess. Nothing crazy, but yeah, it's more just for the moment. Saraya came with her family with the Queen entrance. That was a given that she was gonna win the match. And I'm like, oh, there you go. I mean, can you make it any more obvious? But
yeah, of course.
So Saraya, like you said, it's a good moment. The fact that she got opportunity to do this in a big stadium in her home country. She hasn't been killing it. She hasn't really been that good, if we're being honest. I know I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but it's true. But at least she gets this moment. Now, will she be a transitional champion? I think so. I mean, unless she somehow, starts getting more match time, TV matches going, and we'll see how she progresses. But so far, I haven't been that impressed.
I get what you mean, but
it's for the moment. I let this slide because it was the moment.
I don't think though in AEW the trend to do transitional champions.
Oh, but yeah, we'll see. Because Saraya hasn't proved to me she could have a long title reign, but
And it's funny you
We'll
mentioned
see.
that too, because there's also
she hasn't
noted,
even had a long title
No.
reign in the Fed.
It was also noted Mercedes Moné was in the stadium in attendance for this event. People are already insinuating, hey, could we possibly see Mercedes Moné going, making her way to AEW? It's possible. It's possible. And again, if you want to run Saraya versus Mercedes, there's a story there, bro. The story's there.
I mean, it's too easy. Yeah. You could
but
easily set that up.
you can easily set it up, absolutely. But to my understanding, at this moment, Mercedes is not signed to AEW.
She's not cleared, I think.
She's still not cleared, but she just went there to just watch the show like a fan, like everyone else.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, they didn't give her good seats. She just had a random. She was just rarely in the stadium. Surprised they even had cameras there. But yeah, I'd like to see Mercedes. Hopefully, a few AEW matches. Maybe she even gets a contract. Who knows? I know she wants to be like a freelancer, but we'll see. Yeah, but Saraya, congrats. I don't want to just Debbie down the whole thing. I'm just saying, booking wise, it wouldn't make sense, but because it's Wembley, All In, this is almost a year since her return. Actually, it makes sense.
She was there with Kevin. She was there with Kevin Undergaro.
Who's that?
I'm sorry, I do not know who that is.
She's married to Maria Menounos.
He's married to Maria Menounos.
He's married to Maria Menounos. Yeah, just want to point that out. It was cool.
Random, but okay.
But guess what? Steve?
Nobody cares.
We don't care.
We don't care.
we don't care.
I need that Stephen A. Smith clip.
Mike, your thoughts on the match, though. Thoughts on the match.
You know what? For a short match, this sure was pretty entertaining. With the implode or the start of the implode of the Outcasts. With Toni Storm having friction with Saraya in the match, to Toni Storm getting ready to break the neck, quote unquote, break the neck of Saraya, and Ruby Soho coming out there getting hit by a furious Toni Storm. It was just, it wrote itself. It was nice. But nonetheless, I thought it was a decent match. And it seemed like it was longer than it was. It really did. 8 minutes and 50 seconds. People are now starting to figure out how long the women's match was, and it was the only women's match on the show, and they're complaining. That's the only thing
Well, they were complaining on the media scrum, and Tony response wasn't good, but that's the story for another day. Yes, Toni Storm did look amazing. Tony did say as well that Tony said he had talked with Mercedes, so she'll show up soon.
Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, he showed her throughout the whole show from the 0 hour to the dang women's match.
Yes.
So we'll see.
He has to go all out for her. No pun intended.
A fan took a pic with her. She still had a brace on her leg. Whether she's working or shooting with that, who knows exactly. But happy for Saraya. Good for her, man. Let's see how long this lasts, though. From
That's
there,
what I'm saying.
yes. From there, we go to Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage versus Sting and Darby in the coffin match, bro. Fucking Sting, man. Fucking Sting. I'm happy as all hell, bro. I am happy as all hell. Came out to his WCW theme song from Metallica, bro. So fucking
a cheap bastard. That's all we know. He is. When he has to spend, he'll spend, man.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Seek and destroy, bro.
Not even that. Before then, the video package, the quote unquote Darby video package we get before every Darby match, or every Darby big match with Joker Sting. That was really good. Him having the little top hat and the jacket. But yeah, even Swerve. I think Swerve had the best live entrance.
Bro, DJ Wu Kid, bro.
Yeah.
DJ Wu Kid.
Bro.
broke till I die. I
I was literally at work dancing with Nana as he came out.
Oh, that dance.
Yeah.
What the fuck is he doing right now? What is he? What is Mike doing on the fifth
It's
floor?
the swerve. You swerve. The swerve.
I'm doing the swerve. What is Mike doing on the fifth floor now?
That was nice. That was a nice touch for him. Yeah, like I swerve. Good for him too. I didn't, we didn't think this would work out for him in AEW once we kept seeing it with Keith Lee nonstop. Like after they broke up. And now he's getting this push, and it's working out for him.
Absolutely, of course, and I'm happy for him. This match overall, I thought it was good. I love how they used the coffin throughout the entire match. Sting again here, impressive as all hell. Him and Christian going at it. Luchasaurus did get involved in some capacity here.
Mhm.
Swerve took this nasty bump.
Yeah.
Which is like, bro, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I get it's Wembley, but then it gets so did Darby.
Darby always takes nasty bumps.
Yeah, I don't get shocked when Darby takes terrible bumps. I don't not
that
anymore.
Coffin drop.
That's just what he does.
And he missed.
Yeah, that got me a little bit, but I was like, it's Darby. He was bound to do that at some point in the match.
Yeah, it's Trevor. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm still a little tired from yesterday, guys. All right, just keep that in mind. Clearly, yes. But yeah, man, when it was all said and done, they ended up putting Swerve in the coffin. They put him in the coffin. And Sting and Darby got their win, bro. Big Mike, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, man. I thought the match was entertaining as heck, man. The bumps and ridiculous what these guys were taking. Sting had a good showing, but I also every time I see Sting have a match that's longer than like 10 minutes, it looks like he's on autopilot with a concussion. Do anybody else get that vibe? It's like he looks lost out there, but he's just on autopilot. I think that's just years and years of just knowing what he can do.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but nonetheless, it was really good. I enjoyed the match. The match was great.
Yes. Darby fell for you as entrance team. Explain.
Oh, he fell.
Give me a second, fellas.
Oh God. Anyway,
right,
yeah,
Walter,
the match.
on you.
Yeah, it was a fun watch. Yeah, I didn't expect anything like I wasn't taking the match seriously. It's a coffin match, it's supposed to be serious, but I don't know. I felt like it was gonna be a lot of like not recklessness, but a lot of I'm lost for words today. A lot of
Chaos.
There we go. I don't know why I can't spit it out, but but yeah, Darby was unnecessary bumps. Swerve been taking unnecessary bumps too. Maybe that's a Washington thing that I'm not aware of. Sting, still doing it, man. At this age, very it's a sight to see as long as he doesn't get hurt.
I know they won't clear him.
Yeah.
I would love to see him in WWE again. They won't clear him, but man,
it just shows how much they effed up the Fed.
Oh yeah.
They really messed up his run, and it sucks. But hey, at least he's killing AEW. It was good to see Christian getting a spot on this card too. I know AR Fox. I don't know what happened there. Sucks. I hope he at least got
part of the story.
I hope he gets at least a payday since he was promoted most of the damn. For most of the build up to All In, he was promoted to have a match here. So, I don't know if it was a visa issue, but nonetheless, obviously Sting and Darby was going to get the win. Made sense to progress Darby because he has to feud with, I guess, Luchasaurus, and it was a good match, good rubber match to have after, I guess, the women's match. I mean, this was the match before, I believe, Ospreay and Jericho, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, funny you mentioned that now because After this, we got Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay. Chris Jericho performed his own theme song,
Nauseating.
which I'm happy that I missed. I'm so happy that I missed his entrance, bro. That was my that's my bathroom break. I'm good. I do not need to sit through this, and I'm happy that I didn't.
This dude thought that he was Freddie Mercury doing the crowd participation thing,
and no one gave a fuck. I bet you.
No, they did it because it's Freddie
Jericho.
Mercury. He's in Wembley, which one of the greatest performances at Wembley was Freddie Mercury with Queen.
Yeah,
And he does the crowd participation. The vocal tone up and down, and the crowd does the exact same thing that he does. He did the same thing, but he doesn't have the range like Freddie Mercury has. Freddie Mercury is one of the greatest vocalists of all time.
absolutely.
Jericho is just awful, bro.
Yeah,
He
Jericho
cannot
is awful.
sing.
No,
Osprey came out to Elevated, which was good.
I enjoyed that more than the dang Judas.
Yeah.
Were they singing it too? Like,
Nah, because
no, if they were, you couldn't hear it.
I feel like announcing his name during the entrance kind of messed it up. And then I don't know why they weren't singing it. That is interesting still.
I thought their match.
They got to learn.
You know what it reminded me of, dude? You know what it reminded me of in a way? WrestleMania 19, Michael's HBK.
I guess.
Where now Jericho is in the role of Shawn Michaels, and Jericho is in the role of Osprey's in the role of young Jericho. The only difference is though, the roles are different or flipped though, because again, the idea is that Jericho is the baby face in this, but yet you're going to London.
All right.
Where Osprey got this babyface ovation and shit, right? They did a story the night before where Jericho, under a mask, attacked Osprey at a Rev Pro show. But I thought they had a very good match. I thought Osprey did his job to perfection and getting a good match out of Chris Jericho.
Yeah, that was the goal, man.
I'm amazed that Jericho, at his age, listen, he's not the Jericho of 2005, okay? Let's just tell this isn't 1998 Chris Jericho anymore, obviously. But the fact that at his age and at his body frame, he can still do a line salt, it's amazing, bro.
Yeah, I think the day when it comes where he can't do a lion salt anymore, that's when he'll probably start hanging it up.
Like, bro, he looks old as fuck now, dude. You notice the top of his head, bro? Like he folds the shit like this when it's his long hair.
He's receding. Yeah,
he's receding, bro. He's receding. Doesn't want to let it go. Doesn't want to let it go, bro. It happens.
He used to be. It's just like Triple H and Shawn. They used to have those long, flowing blonde locks. Now it's starting to leave.
Yeah, buddy, it's time to let it go.
It's time to get up out of here.
Yeah, it's time to hit your barber, donate to charity. But nonetheless, I thought this match was just good back and forth, bro. Good job by both guys here, and obviously, Will Ospreay picked up the W, man, hitting. He hit him flush with the hidden blade, and then he hit 2 Stormbreakers on Jericho for the win, bro. Good on Will, though. Good for Will. Like Will Ospreay right now, dude. I've heard people say this. Will Ospreay right now is the best wrestler in the world. He's the best. And now,
he cannot have a bad match with anybody.
Now we're not. Now again, I get that, not from a draw standpoint. We're talking about in-ring work rate standpoint. Will Ospreay right now is the best.
Yeah.
Dude has.
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude has wins this year alone over Okada. He has wins over Kenny Omega, right? Mm-hmm. And now here's Jericho. Talk about a 2023, bro. Talk about a 2023. Fucking insane. It's amazing. The match I want to see, bro, Will versus Brian. That's the match I want to see.
Soon, man, soon.
It's crazy too because Ospreay's deal with New Japan ends in, I think, at the end of the year.
Yeah.
He's been teasing that, and he wants to stay in Japan. We'll see what happens.
I think on Dynamite in a contract
They did.
sign, I think he said it was like a
Couple of months.
November or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, Walter, your thoughts on the match, bro?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I enjoyed this match as well. Will Ospreay it's hard to have a bad match with Will Ospreay. Come on, it's hard. He's been, like you said. I think he's for sure. He's for sure wrestler of the year. I can't think of anyone else right now. He's just been killing it no matter where he goes. Yeah, Jericho. There was some flashes. He did his thing. I'm not gonna completely crap on him. He's not the same anymore, but he could still sort of go. So it made the match. It worked. The only thing that was weird was just the build up because Ospreay's the heel, Jericho's the face, but in this match, obviously it looks like roles were reversed for this, especially with Don Callis and Will Ospreay. I mean, it's like Don Callis really didn't need to be there. But I get it. He was part of the story. Whatever.
Yeah.
Ospreay, like I said, this guy, he's very. I know everyone, loved him before and stuff. I thought he was good, but a lot of people can wrestle good, but the way Ospreay wrestles is really good, and he's improved on the mic, and just as a character, he feels a lot better. Like now he feels like a true main eventer. Like before, I put him in the same level as Ricochet. Now that would be a little insulting nowadays. No offense to Ricochet,
he surpassed Ricochet.
No, as I'm saying now, before that was his level before. If I said that now, that'd be insulting. No offense to Ricochet, but that'd be a little insulting for me to put him at the same level as Ricochet. He's above him now, and he's been killing, man. I'll give him that. And the theme song, it helps too. That's a really good theme song. I'm actually a little disappointed in England for not singing that song. But you were singing your ass off.
Justin Roberts was talking all over.
I get it, but they still could have done it right after that. I mean, y'all singing Judas instead. Like, don't you get tired of that song? Anywho,
no, they don't, and I wish they changed it.
They really, it's like, come on, can we stop with that? But anywho, you could tell that Tony Khan really wants to sign this guy, though. Like, he got a lot of great pyro. The entrance, just it felt like a big moment for him. He's not even signed to AEW, so he's gonna go to AEW. That I think that's a given.
Yeah,
once that contract expires.
He's not a Fed guy to me.
No, I don't think he wants to go.
But
I'd like to see him as a Fed. He's not really a Fed guy, but I think he'd work. But I think he definitely suits AEW a lot better. Just like how I thought Jay White suits the Fed more, which I still kind of think he does.
No, Jay White's a Fed guy. He just dropped the ball.
Nah, Ospreay could definitely top level main event world champion for AEW. That's the level he is.
Yeah. The one thing that I would like to see Will Ospreay do with his promos, and it's a pet peeve that I have with MJF, just like slow up the curses. You don't have to be like a little shit here, asshole here, MFer here. You get the leeway, but a real promo guy doesn't have to use curses like that.
Aha! I made a sort of a little comeback here, huh?
What happened?
We got an update on the
prediction contest.
Picks, eh?
Yeah,
I'm in the mud, huh? I'm about to be in the mud.
No, you're not in the mud. We're not. I don't think
I'm heading for the top 5, baby. I'm coming for the top 5, and guess who? Oh man, it's over. Oh man, I made my way up. I'm climbing the mountain.
Man, I just can't get above Justin this year. Justin is either 2 to 5 points above me
Listen,
every
man, I'm
Damn,
not-
Chase, you in the mud. What is
I don't think Chase really
this?
cares this year. I don't think he's actually. He had his coworker pick his
All-
picks. I think for
All
the
his
NWA.
picks?
No, for the
but
NWA.
That's NWA though. I mean, I
But
guess
still,
not all those
NWA
picks.
had a lot of 5 and 6 point questions.
I must have got very lucky then. The only one I was confident was EC3 winning.
So after
Yeah.
the match, though, right? So Jericho loses, and Sammy Guevara was trying to, I guess, console Jericho, and Jericho wasn't having it. I get the feeling, likely at all out, we're gonna get Jericho.
There you go. Yep.
But then
I
again,
was
feel
wondering why
like it's
that
too
weasel
soon.
face was out there.
I feel like it's too soon, though. At the same time, I would do Jericho and Guevara at Grand Slam.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'd do it at Grand Slam. From there, we go to the trios match for the trios title. No holds bar. The House of Black of Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, and Brody King versus the Acclaim of Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, and Badass Billy Gunn. I loved the homage to Bray Wyatt by the House of Black. I loved it. Great. Amazing. I thought the match was okay. I mean, you kind of knew going into this what the result was going to be, considering, oh my God, it's badass Billy Gunn, right?
Right.
And I felt like at the same time, it was about time that the House of Black lose those titles. Because let's face it, they really weren't doing much with those titles.
Right.
And I think also for me, when you have a trios title than a tag title, I think it's a little too much. That's just me. Oh,
I
Steve,
agree
you're wrong. You're wrong, Steve. What are you talking about? No. I just think it's too much. Okay. But nonetheless, I thought the match was okay. Nothing to go crazy about. Besides the homage to Bray Wyatt. But the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn are trios champions. Billy Gunn's first title that he's holding in AEW. That's cool to see too.
As a coach as well. He's a coach.
Exactly. Big
What type
Mike,
of
thoughts on
coach
the
you
match?
know? I thought the match was okay. You kind of knew where it was going. So the match was fine to me. I really don't have any in-depth thoughts about this match.
Okay. Walter, what about you?
Yeah, there should not be. You spent too long talking about that match, Steve. The Acclaim got the win. Feel good moment in Wembley for Billy Gunn. That's like a little reward. Acclaim. House of Black. That was cool to see with the Bray Wyatt tribute. They did their thing. Buffer match.
I forgot. Something big did happen. They had the
During the
biggest scissoring party in London.
Anyway, main event time. Man, come on, man. Main event time.
Man, yeah, the main event. MJF and Adam Cole for the world title. This was probably my match of the night. The way everything went about this, bro. The back and forth. They were friends, right? All that stuff. I love the MJF entrance, by the way. The throne, the whole thing. I loved it. Just all right. Who was gonna crack first out of these two, right? Who will be the first one to crack? And what do you know, bro? What do you know? MJF had his moment. So did Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought, bro, that they'll chant that they started the double clothesline would be almost an ending to this match.
I'm glad it wasn't.
So they go over the double clothesline. They both fall, and both shoulders are down, but they have a shoulder over each other. So the referee does the count. It's a draw. It's a draw. And I'm like, there's no way we're ending it like this. There's no way you're ending Wembley. Your biggest show. Yeah, Nigel moments before the match, 81,035 paid attendance, right? in wrestling, the biggest paid show in wrestling to end like it's not happening, right? To then Adam Cole, which I thought again, this is where a part where I felt like my intelligence was kind of insulted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adam Cole gets on the mic, says, "No, hey Max, 5 more minutes." But I'm like, wait a minute. This wasn't it. It was a draw because of the pin, the finish, not because the time limit went out.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? You know?
But
Yeah,
call back.
the callback.
I let
Cole
that
does
slide.
Cole
Yeah,
Cole
yeah.
Cole does a Panama Sunrise on Bryce Remsburg,
Yeah.
which in the mud.
Yeah, that ref was in the mud.
He was terrible for this match, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? It's terrible. Terrible referee.
It was terrible before we even saw the match. I knew that it was gonna go down bad.
Yes. So then there's a moment in the match. There's a moment in the match where the referee. So I loved it. I thought it was funny too. Like they're playing with the chair. Adam falls, and MJ's like, you know what? Oh, fuck this. I'm gonna put the chair on my neck and just fall down too. I thought that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's a moment where Broderick Strong comes out and he low blows MJF. Adam Cole go for the Panama Sunrise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then does the final boom and there's a near fall. And then there's a moment where Adam Cole has an opportunity with thanks to Roddy to hit, to cheat. And Adam Cole doesn't do it. And it comes back to bite him in the ass. Because MJF sees the moment, right? He sees the moment in all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he basically, he cradled him and got the win.
Mm-hmm.
So MJF retains his title. The ending of this was just even more crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You see Cole just sitting in the corner. He's sitting in the corner, just in shock, disappointed, right? And then MJ's like, "Hey, buddy, it's okay. We still got these. They love you. These people love you, right?" And he gives him the Ring of Honor Tag Team title. But again, they both won the tag titles early in the day on the 0 hour, and Cole just throws the title like he doesn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
And MJ's like, "Yeah, I knew it. You were a piece of shit. You don't care about anyone but yourself. You're not really my friend. It was about this the whole time. Here, take it. Hit me in the back of the head. Go, take your shot." And which again, the character of MJF is not known to be compassionate. He's not known for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Roddy's on the apron. Do it. I'm your best friend, not him. And Cole doesn't do it. Just like early in the match when MJF had the diamond ring, he didn't do it either. So they embrace. And you see Roddy in the Kingdom just on the entrance area was watching all this go down. And they close the show with both MJF and Adam Cole celebrating big night, what have you. So they are still brochachos for now. Your thoughts on the match, Walter?
Yeah, this was great. This is their own version of cinema, I guess, if you want to call it that, whatever you want to call it. It was fun to watch. It's just the story. This is what happens when you have a good storyline before the match. Two great wrestlers that could tell a good story. It works out. It really does. Yeah, I mean, you highlighted all the main points. I let the 5-minute thing slide. It's a callback to their last match, and The only thing that's a little critique was it's just Roddy. You didn't need him to. I think one spot for Roddy was fine, not multiple spots for him near the end of the match. But I get it. Yeah, it was the way MJF won. I have no problem with. I mean, at first I felt it was a little but then I remember it's another callback basically. So I'm like, all right, fine. MJF wins. This is probably not even the last match they're gonna have. So
no. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was like, all right, it makes sense. And you're probably thinking, yeah, heel turn's gonna come after the match. Oh, Adam Cole gonna do it. But no, I think they did the right thing because All In, you don't want the show to really end in a heel turn. Not like for the first
not
ever All In show.
Soil.
Yeah,
not on foreign soil.
Yeah, not in a big show, especially in England. Yeah, where you have the highest paid attendance. You want to send the fans home happy. 80,000+ people. That's why I was like, yeah, MJF's gonna retain then. I don't think Adam Cole would win, turn heel to win. Like that could happen at an American pay-per-view, like somewhere here in the arena. But here in England, you need a feel-good story, and people still like to see them as a tag team. They're still, they're champions now, even though it's Ring of Honor. So they're still gonna team for at least a tiny bit, or whenever, however long it lasts. So it made sense. And plus MJF still has future storylines with other wrestlers too. So overall, I really enjoyed the match, and yeah, I can't wait to see what's next with this story.
Yes. Big Mike, what about you?
Yeah, man. Like I said for the beginning, and we got to go all the way back to the 0 hour where we don't know how they're going to book this whole thing, from the tag team match to the main event. How will they make this not predictable? They use the storyline of them not doing bad things to each other. We know MJF could be a prick, a devil, and stab somebody in the back as quick as he can once he finds the opportunity. Same thing with Adam Cole. We just haven't seen it in a while. And like I said, he can be more devilish than MJF, man, and people just don't remember. They just don't remember.
Of course.
But it all played in to a good booking of the match, the story of who's going to turn on who. The ref bumps I could have deal without. It was whatever. Roddy I could have deal without. The 5 more minutes was good. Call back, let it slide. The match itself was really good. It was my match of the night as well. Now it's just like, where do we go from here now that, they're still the best of buds? But you know what? It's going to make the heel turn much sweeter.
Yep. Whoever it is.
Wherever it is.
Whoever.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, it is.
Whenever they pull that trigger.
Yeah, they do. Whatever they do, yes, absolutely. But again, that was All In, bro. And listen, overall for AEW, man, this was a huge W. Not just for AEW, but also for wrestling. Because who would have thought, bro, that another North American promotion can sell out a major stadium just like WWE?
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought? And here we are. I'm gonna give this show, as far as a grade, I want to give this show, honestly, let's go crazier, but I'm gonna give them an A+. This is probably the highest A+, the highest grade I ever gave an AEW show. Big Mike, what about you?
I'm right along there with you, man. I'm gonna give them an A+. It's dang near perfect. The main event, I'm harsh on main events. You can call me the Meltzer of the ATP crew. I'm a little petty, just a little petty.
Yes.
I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. This is an A+ show. Thoroughly enjoyed myself watching this.
Walter, what about you, bro?
Nah, y'all heated a moment. I'm not gonna give it an A+. I'll give it an A though. A- to an A. I enjoyed basically all the show. But not to like because A+ means 10 out of 10. I don't think it was that. If there was a number, I think I'd give it a 9. Yeah, just because the spectacle and all that. If they had more like matches not saying singles matches, but matches like we could have done away with a few of the tag matches. That's my little critique. Still, that's why it's not an A+ show, but it was still very fun to watch.
Yes. We'll wrap up with this. Frederick Roll asks, can we say now that MJF and Adam Cole best friend storyline is up there with the Bloodline storyline?
No.
No.
Because
Bloodline's
what
3 years
people
in the
fail to realize is that the Bloodline storyline has been going on consistently at an uptick road
For 3 years.
3 years. 3 years, and it's been edge.
But
It's been on the edge of your seat storyline. You don't know what's coming. You don't know how it's going to end. You don't know when it's going to end.
I agree with Romeo. This is AEW's best storyline, but still not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the Bloodline.
3 years story.
That's you just again.
Right.
This is AEW has gold right now. Their golden
With
goose.
this.
Their golden
Yes.
goose is MJF and Adam Cole. This is
Right.
their golden goose storyline right now. And God forbid someone gets hurt. But this right here is the best thing happening on that program right now.
Yes.
Regarding all 3 shows. Or 2 shows, whatever the fuck you want to call it, whatever. But that was All In. All right. Want to thank you all for tuning in today. I know we were a little longer than usual, but hey, man, it is what it is with All In and all that stuff. You guys can follow the Around the Point Network on X at AT Network. You can follow me on X at Heel Steven. In case you guys missed it last night with the gang, we did our first ATP All in the Mud show, over 5 hours long in the channel. We'll be doing All Out the Mud sometime this week. We'll keep you posted on that and all that fun stuff. All right. Big Mike, let them know where can they check you out.
Check me out on X at Detroit Gamer 313. Also here every single day on the Around the Point Network and some other places, some other time, here and there when I promote.
Walty?
Yep. Follow me on X at Hale Walter, and just like you said, on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel, All Out the Mud will happen. Not as big as All in the Mud, but yeah, I enjoyed All in the Mud last night as well. Great show that we did. All in the Mud. I'm so confused. We're doing All Out the Mud sometime this week. All in the Mud. If you didn't watch it, you could. If you have 5 hours to kill, be my guest. And
it's on ATP replay via archives.
Yes.
Yes. ATP All in the Mud. Want to thank you all again. This is going to be it for us. You guys have been awesome as always. For myself, for Walter, for Big Mike, for the gang, you guys have been awesome. This has been another live edition of Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network. Good night, y'all. See you tomorrow for the Raw Rundown.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.
Oh, man, we got to watch Raw.
Deuces.